Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Primal Valor and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Don't really have a lot to say at the moment. I did end up having to redo the Guard Scorpion boss fight because I had hopped off after the last recording and gone to bed. And I've also made a little bit of a change. As you can see, it is no longer blue, it's kind of like a seafoam green for the menu screen. That should keep the planet going at least a little longer. Yeah. Okay, now everyone get back. Friggin' wedge. Alright, now let's get out of here. Rendezvous at Sector 8 station. Split up and get on the train. Hey! If it's about your money, wait till we get back. Alright, so, a couple things. I had already shown the new color scheme. The only thing I did was I lowered the blue by 25 and I put green up to 125, so this is the new color scheme. I like it more and I think I'm going to stick with it. Now there was a couple of things that I wanted to go over in the last episode that I completely forgot about. So first things first is order. Looking at Cloud's location on the screen currently, this puts him at the front row if it's further over to the left for his character portrait. If we were to select him a second time in order, it'll move him up to the back row. Now in combat, that plays a rather vital difference. So having him in the front row, he will take more damage, but he will do more damage as well. Put him in the back row, he will take less damage, but he will also do less damage. And this applies to enemies as well, so when enemies spawn on a field, pretty much, and we get into a fight with them, there can be enemies on a front row and a back row. If Cloud's in the front row and he goes to attack an enemy in the back row, due to them being in the back row, he's going to do less damage to them. However, if you take care of all of the enemies in the front row first, that's completely null, he will do normal damage. And then if you have him in the back row, you will need a certain materia later on for him to be able to do the damage that he would normally be able to do in the front row while in the back row. Characters like Barret don't have that issue because they have long-range weapons, so it would be better to put characters like Barret in the back row specifically so he could take less damage and do more damage. It keeps him safer, but it's not entirely necessary. Another thing, if we go into status, I wanted to show off the stats a little bit. So at the top you can see a pinkish meter filling up underneath XP. That is how close you are to your next level up. So once Cloud gets another 1120 experience, really? Is it that much? I don't think it's that much. That might be the total. Oh, yep, never mind. That's the total amount that he has. Next level, he needs 264 XP to get his next level. You can see that just above his limit gauge. That'll put him up to level 8, and when you level up, your HP, MP, Strength, Dexterity, Vitality, Magic, Spirit, and Luck values will go up a degree. I don't really think Luck actually increases, to be honest. I think that requires sources. And there are sources that you can get that can permanently increase your Strength, Dexterity, Vitality, Magic, Spirit, and Luck. And Strength will increase the physical damage you do to enemies. Your Dexterity, let's see, that increases the rate at which your ATB gauge fills up. The higher that is, the faster that fills up. Vitality, that is your physical defenses. The higher your Vitality, the less physical damage you take. Magic is your magic stat. That increases how effective your healing spells are and or magic damage is. So the higher that is, the more health you'll be able to heal with restorative spells and more magic damage you would do to enemies. Spirit is your magic defense. The higher that is, the less magic defense words are hard. The less magic damage you would take. And Luck, as far as I'm aware, only increases your odds of landing a critical hit. It might increase your odds of dodging attacks as well. Not entirely sure. And then attack percent, defense percent, magic attack, magic defense, and magic defense percent are all related to your weapons, armor, and accessories that you have equipped. And that is all I wanted to go over here. Well, actually, nope, there's more. So here in elements, attack, have, invalid, absorb. Depending on certain materia combinations in your weapons and armor, you can add elemental and status effects to your attack. You can have the effectiveness of them if they're in your armor. You can make them completely invalid if they're put into your armor as well with certain combinations. And you can further increase that to absorbing stuff from those with certain other combinations. And then in the effects, with certain materia combinations in your weapons, you can cause instant death, near death, sleep, poison, sadness, fury, confusion, silence, haste, slow, stop, frog, small. Frog is probably the worst status effect. It is so darned annoying. Slow, numb, petrify, regen, barrier, well, I've never actually seen any kind of attack that can cause barrier or barrier, so that's a little funky. Same with reflect and shield, death sentence, manipulate, berserk, peerless, paralyze, and darkness. Yes, you can do those. And then defend with certain materia combinations in your armor. You can defend against death, near death, sleep, poison, sadness, fury, all the same stuff. That's pretty much all I wanted to go over for that. And then in limits, so let's see, how many characters? There are 9 available characters in this game. And of the 9, only 1 character has a level 1 and a level 2 limit break. And then 1 other character gets 1 limit per level for level 1, 2, 3, and 4. Other than that, every single character has 2 limits inside levels 1, 2, and 3, and then a 4th one only has 1. So if we go ahead and check right here, Braver just attacks 1 opponent. Once we use Braver for Cloud enough times, I believe it's somewhere in between 6 and 10 uses of Braver, he will learn a new one called Cross Slash, and that one will be able to do direct damage. It doesn't do a critical hit like Braver does, but it does hit pretty hard, and it can cause paralysis if it doesn't straight up kill an enemy, and paralysis is pretty helpful. And learning other limits, so let's see, I've already gone over Braver. Using that enough times unlocks the second one in level 1. That applies to level 2 and level 3 as well. And then learning level 2, Cloud has to get X amount of kills on enemies for him to learn his first level 2 limit. And he has to have his level 1 limits equipped, of course, but you know, that's all he has right now. That's the way it's just going to work. And then once you unlock the first of level 2, you can set your limit level to level 2. It will take longer for the gauge to fill up, so it'll take longer to do that, ergo they won't be able to be used as often, while Braver and Cross Slash would be used pretty frequently if you were to leave his limit level at 1. And then once the first of the 2 is learned in level 2, you have to use that first one X amount of times to learn the second, and then get X amount of kills while at level 2 to learn the first of the level 3, and then use the first in level 3 X amount of times to learn the second. And then once you have all 6 limits, 2, 2, and 2, once you get a certain item, you can teach Cloud his level 4 limit break, and that applies to effectively everybody, 7 characters. You can grind these out as early as you want. I will be waiting until we at least leave Midgar. And in order to do that, the combat bonuses right there, I just activated by clicking R3 and clicking L3 for the 3 times bonus speed, are both very helpful for doing that. But until I start grinding out my limit levels, I'm not going to be using either of those. And that is all I wanted to go over right now, so let's go. Let's get started. Let's get this episode going. Here is Aerith. We have seen her in the introduction cutscene. And this brings me back to the date thing I was talking about for the Golden Saucer in the previous episode. This is the beginning of it all. of the raising the points and decreasing the points for each individual character that you can have a date with. Aerith here starts with 50 points. If you don't... How do I put it? In a casual playthrough, it is very likely that you will get the date for Aerith, because she starts with the highest amount of points, and it's super easy to have a high affinity with her by the time the date happens. Tifa starts with 30 points, Barrett starts with 0, and I think Yuffie starts with 10. However, we haven't met them yet, so we're not going to really worry about that. There's nothing here that you could do for Aerith that will actually increase your affinity for her. Oh no! I gotta reset. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Whew. I did end up using the 3x speed bonus to get here faster because, good lord. So instead of saying, you'd better get out of here, you just want to say, nothing. Hey. Don't see many flowers around here, noticing that she's carrying a flower basket. Oh, these? Do you like them? They're only 1 gil. And we will go ahead and buy one, because that is necessary to raise somebody's affection. And I did turn the help notifications for in combat and outside of combat on. And we're going to stick with that. I'm kind of curious, does that flower show up in the key items? I've never checked. No, it does not. Okay, pick up this potion right here. Hey, you there! And we're gonna fight these guys just for the extra XP. Like, why not? It's also some kills towards Cloud learning the first of his level 2 limit breaks as well. Wow. Shove some lightning up your butt. And you're done. What the? We'll fight these guys too. Like I said, just more kills. Love this music. Ice on this one. Cloud's got a bit of a cold attitude towards people. How do you like it? That was dumb. Critical hit. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about, so apologies for being quiet. This is a Let's Play, there should be commentary going for at least a majority of it. That's him! Fight him. But at this moment, I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. And this is a pincer attack, pretty much. You cannot escape from these kinds of battles, you have to fight them. Ice on this guy. How's that cold personality? Shove some lightning up your butt. Just because. Magic's pretty cool. I like using it. And attack. One shot. I do like that the character models for this PS4 port of the game are a little bit prettier. They don't look as pixelated as they did on the PS1 version. I don't have time to mess around with you guys. Enough babbling. Grab him! And he just yeets himself off onto the train. Cloud never came. Think he was killed? No way. What's that banging? Say, do you think Cloud's gonna stay on and fight for Avalanche? How the hell would I know? Do I look like a mind reader? If y'all weren't such screw-ups. Sheesh, Barrett. Hey, Barrett, what about our money? Yeah, dude's big mad. Again. Nothing. Sorry. What's that noise again? It's Cloud! Haha! Looks like I'm a little late. Damn right you're late. Come waltzing in here making a big scene. It's no big scene, it's just what I always do. I'm not saying that. Having everyone worried like that. You don't give a damn about no one but yourself. You were worried about me? That's coming out of your chair, hotshot. Wake up. We're moving out. Follow me. You were great back there, Cloud. We'll do even better next time. Careful, I'll shut this. Oh, your face is pitch black. Really? I hadn't noticed. There you go. Say, thanks for helping me back there at the reactor. And then she dips, and we're dipping behind her. Last train out of Sector 8 station, last stop is Sector 7, train graveyard. Expected time of arrival is 12:23 a.m. Midgar Standard Time. This is why I hate the last train. Oh boy. Let's talk to some of the people in here. Huh? This is my house, so make yourselves at home. You see the headlines in the Shinra Times? The terrorists that bombed the #1 reactor are based somewhere in the slums. Blowing up a reactor. They sure put some thought into this one. They must have a real calculating leader. I wonder what they'll do next. Notice Barrett looks at him. Stop acting like a damn kid. Sit down and shut up. Let's talk to Biggs over here. This train hasn't switched to security mode yet. I'm sure that'll change by tomorrow. Talk to Wedge. Someday Avalanche is going to be famous. And me, too. Then we'll talk to Jesse. Hey, Cloud, you want to look at this with me? It's a map of the Midgar rail system. Let's look at it together. I'll explain it to you. I like this kind of stuff. Bombs and monitors. You know, flashy stuff. Yeah, bombs are pretty flashy. Okay, it's about to start. This is a complete model of the city of Midgar. It's about a 1/10,000 scale. The top plate is about 50 meters above ground. A main pillar supports the plate in the center, and there are other support pillars built in each section. The #1 reactor we blew up was in the northern section. Then there's #2, #3, all the way up to the #8 reactor. The 8 reactors provide Midgar with electricity. Each town used to have a name, but no one in Midgar remembers them. Instead of names, we refer to them by numbered sectors. That's just how things turned out. Whew, look what's next. Look. This is the route this train is on. The route spirals around the main pillar. We should be coming around the center right now. Each checkpoint has an ID sensor device. It checks the identities and backgrounds of each passenger on the train and is linked up to the central data bank at Shinra headquarters. We definitely look suspicious, so we're using fake IDs. Now, speak of the devil. That light means that we're in the ID security check area. When the lights go off, you never know what kind of creeps will come out. We're almost back now. What a relief. Now we could talk to her again. I know. Next time, I'll make one just for you. She's talking about one of the IDs. This is the first thing that we would end up having to worry about if we were to worry about getting a date with Tifa. And I think I'm just going to do the one playthrough, so we are going to be reducing Tifa's and Aerith's affinities for Cloud and be raising Barrett's as much as we can. So if we say looking forward to it, that's going to reduce Tifa's affection rating by, I do believe, 3 points. So I'll put her down to 27 out of 30, or from her starting of 30. Okay, then I'll put in a little extra effort and make it with a bang. And then we'll go talk to Barrett. Look, you can see the surface now. This city doesn't have no day or night. If that plate weren't there, we could see the sky. A floating city. Pretty unsettling scenery. Huh? Never expect to hear that out of someone like you. You're just full of surprises. The upper world, a city on a plate. It's because of that pizza that people underneath are suffering. And the city below is full of polluted air. On top of that, the reactor keeps draining up all the energy. Then why doesn't everyone move on to the plate? Dunno. Probably because they ain't got no money. Or maybe because they love their land, no matter how polluted it gets. I know. No one lives in the slums because they want to. It's like this train. It can't run anywhere except where its rails take it. Yo, get over here, all ya! This mission was a success, but don't get lazy now. The hard part's still to come. Don't y'all be scared of that explosion. Because the next one's gonna be bigger than that. Meet back at the hideout. Move out! I don't know how long this recording's been going. We'll talk to this guy real quick. Hey now, whoops. What on earth are you doing? She's butt out. Sheesh. You came to see it too? There was a bombing on top. If this pillar should come down, everyone in the slums is dust. Well, there's no point in worrying about that. Hey, check it out. It's huge, ain't it? Yep, got a pretty tall pillar. It's what, 50 meters tall, I think? That's what, 100? No, I don't know the math. Hey, this is a strange and wonderful place. This is my place, but you can come here when you want. See ya, bro. Yeah, the dialogue in this game is a little funky. Yo, Cloud, over here, now! I'm gonna save first. Yeah, we'll save on save slot 2. This is episode 2, why not? And let's continue just a little bit further. Did you hear? No, what? There's a news update. They say that there was a terroristic explosion up above, and that this time it was a Mako reactor. You know what this means? Nuh-uh. You see, I keep on top of these things, and if you ask me, if you knock out Midgar's power, then all of its computers and signals are going to be knocked out too. Financially, there must have been about 1 billion gil worth of damage, and that ain't all. A lot of innocent people got killed too. If the explosion had been in the middle of the night, that would have been one thing. At least the people could have gone in their sleep. Oof. Okay, go on ahead. Papa! Poor girl. Marlene, aren't you going to say anything to Cloud? Welcome home. Looks like everything went well. Did you fight with Barrett? Yeah, and not this time. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't increase or decrease any affinity with anybody. This is just kind of a personal preference. I don't think we technically fought with Barrett, so not this time. You've grown up. When you were little, you used to get into fights at the drop of a hat. And this is Tifa. Flowers, noticing the flower that Cloud has. How nice. You almost never see them here in the slums. This right here is another one of those opportunities to decrease affection or increase affection. Actually, it doesn't decrease anybody's affection. If you give it to Tifa, it is plus 5 points to Tifa, and if you give it to Marlene, it is plus 5 points to Barrett, actually. So, since that's what we need to do for this Let's Play, we're going to give it to Marlene. Then we're just going to walk on out, or try to. Barrett comes barreling in. Papa, welcome home! Huh? Where'd you get that flower? Cloud gave it to me. Oh. Did you thank him? Thank you, Cloud. We'll take care of you. You alright, Barrett? Great. Get in here, fools. We're starting the meeting. Sit down. How about something to drink? And this is another one of those moments. If you say, give me something hard, I think it's 2 or 3 points towards Tifa's affection rating towards Cloud. If you say, I don't feel like it, I don't think it decreases anything, it just leaves it well enough alone. So we're going to go... Sorry for smacking the mic, my face is itchy. I'm going to unfortunately have to say, I don't feel like it. Oh, I can make a drink just as good as anyone else. Everyone says my drinks taste the best. I'm sure they do. Cloud, are you feeling alright? Yeah, why? No reason. You just look a little tired, I guess. And that right there is where I'm going to end this episode, simply because I do not know how long I have been recording. And I figure it's a good stopping point. So thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next episode. You have a great day. Peace out.